I have had the problem in the house, and I'm sure a lot of people have. You see a mouse, and now you start wondering, okay, maybe you get a trap, right? You set it out. Maybe it gets the mouse. Maybe it doesn't. And now you wonder, well, are there more? So, Brad, let's go through this. How many more? What's the status, and what do we do about it?
All right, so a few things about mice. They reproduce very, very quickly. So it's uncommon just to have one in a house. It is more common to have a nest of them in the house. Traps can be a bit problematic. Mice are what are called neophobic. They do not like new things in the area where they are. So they will avoid new things for a while. So what one of the things that you can do is you can put bait stations out and just leave them out year round. These secured stations where the bait is inside, the mice get used to it. They'll go in and they'll eat the bait, which will take care of the problem. If you are seeing a lot of droppings in areas like pantries, in bathrooms, in under sinks, it's very common they're looking for water sources as well. So yeah, if you see one, probably you're going to have many. So if you catch one in a trap, make sure you reset that trap and put it back in the same place you found it because there may be others that are still out there. So don't give up on just the one. I know some people just throw the whole trap away when they set it. I understand that it's icky, but just put another trap out if you catch one. The other thing is when you're putting traps out by yourself, make sure you're wearing gloves because they'll smell the human and they don't like the smell. They're very sensitive. So one of the things
That's a
everyone
good
should be
tip
looking.
right there. That is a great
Yeah,
tip. Wear
yeah,
gloves. Okay,
because
yeah.
if you're grabbing those, particularly those little wooden ones with the oils off your
Spring.
hands, then now
Yeah.
it just smells like human. They're staying away from it. But check around the outside of your house right now. Check all those hose bibs. Check those little tiny cracks because a mouse can get into what's called a dime size hole, and basically it's the height of about a quarter inch. Their head is wider than it is tall. If they can squeeze under something, they will. So you want to look for all those areas where the weather stripping's been damaged. You need to, caulk those little areas around where pipes, come out of the walls of your house, because that's the areas where the mice are probably getting in. A lot of times they'll come in off lines with the attic. If your trees are, overhanging your roof or your gutters, they'll come in that way, and it doesn't take, a very big gap for them to find a way in. So but be patient with it. Don't once you start trapping, you're gonna have to kind of keep going. And if it's something outside of your skill set, if you're not comfortable with it, if it's too squeamish, call a pest control company, call Team Bucket. We're happy to come out and do rodent work for you. We do a lot of that all year round, but seasonally, we're getting ready to start seeing them more and more in our houses.
All right, so Brad, so for the rest of us now, do you suggest the
Mhm.
old wooden kind of spring traps or the ones that they crawl in
They're,
and
they're
get bait?
Okay, the bait are the things I'd like to keep out year round. But if you know if you've seen the mice in the house, you're seeing droppings popping up. Traps are going to be more effective because if you take out the adults, then they won't have leave babies behind. So I would say if you've seen any activity, I'd put traps out. There's some newer ones, some that are completely enclosed where the mouse has to actually go inside.
Yeah.
Mice kind of avoid those just because unless they've been there a long time, they don't really crawl into those things. If they're new to their environment, over time they will go inside. But some of the snap traps, the heavier plastic ones,
Yeah.
are really, really effective. You can get those, at the local hardware stores. I know Tomcat is one that's really common out there. They're good. I'm not the wooden ones are okay, but they just don't often they're not quite as sensitive as you need them to be. So some of the more modern plastic ones are probably better choices.
And if you've touched them with your hands, like I have, it's time to throw those out and get some new ones then,
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
different.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
probably so. Just because, yeah, your sense on them, and they're probably going to avoid that even longer.
Okay. That is good information. Thanks, Brad.
So theoretically, then, if they are sensitive to smell, if you have a stink bug problem, you probably don't have a mice problem.
No, but if you have a mouse problem, you could potentially have a snake problem. That's a
Or a
different
stink bug
subject for
problem.
another
Oh, that's
day.
another.
But yeah,
Okay.
that's
All
the
right.
snake because the snakes come looking for your mice. So if you see snakes around your house,
Yeah.
it's potentially you got rodents around there too.
And that may be a good thing having snakes around your house at that point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
not
We
a bad
move on.
idea. Yeah.
Not a bad idea.